Hey, Kapaza YouTube, how's it going, guys? So yeah, it turns out that I had another teammate playing almost right after Moxie's game finished. So hold on, let me pull up the sets here. I hope they don't mind me showing the sets off. I mean, this is what I used to do back in the day. If they have something to say, then I won't show them anymore. But yeah, so we just lose to Megalop. Megalop literally just violates our entire existence. Toxicking Zapdos super early on, though. I know that was really, really huge, because if this was sub-toxic, that could have been a giant problem. As Hyper makes an excellent play there, catches the Sylveon here. Actually, this could be Heal Bell Sylveon. That might be a little bit annoying, actually. What were the other two Mons that our opponent could have brought here? If I was Hyper, I would assume that this might want to go for Heal Bell. But switching right into Torn is super nice. So yeah, Heal Bell Leafeon is actually going to be a really, really giant issue. So it was looking really good, but Hyper making another nice play there, catching the Zapdos once again. So Hyper on his A game here. I think he ended up losing last week for week 2. This is week number 3. My team, the Jatpk, coached by my homie Marin, is we are currently up 2-0. So we have to get 4 wins to win the season. We are taking on the Cleveland Brown Dekus, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, hopefully we can pull out another win here, putting us at 3-0, and we don't have to blow a 2-0 lead here. So Hyper's going to switch right back into Flygon. Unfortunately, Zapdos misses the Hurricane there, but this is Spadef Bulky Flygon, right? Yeah, it's Spadef Bulky, so I don't think that necessarily would have done too much damage to us, but it's really not the best. Not sorry, it's really not the biggest issue. So, goodbye to YouTube. If you guys are enjoying this, hit that thumbs up button down below. I don't know if I'll have this up on the same day as the game that I uploaded for Moxie. Probably have this up on Sunday, most likely. So yeah, you might get back-to-back uploads, even though they're not my games. They are my teammates' games, as Hyper's opponent unfortunately misses another Hurricane there, but Hyper is trying to expect them to switch into something else. Actually, let me find Hyper's opponent, because I want to refer to them by their name, and their opponent is Chess. I think that's how you say. Yeah, Chess switches into Leafeon here, as Hyper ends up going for the Earthquake there, maybe thinking that Chess would go for the the Roost there, so that makes sense. So he can definitely go for another Toxic here, although I'm pretty sure Flygon is faster, but it is forcing Leafeon to always waste those what are they called, the Heal Bells, as Hyper makes an aggressive switch right back into Tornadus here. This is a little bit bad for Chess, as unfortunately we now miss our Hurricane, which is not really the biggest issue ever, because I really doubt we would have done entirely too much damage to that Cleve key. Although I guess Hyper might have been able to go for the U-turn there, because I really don't think Leafeon would have stayed in there. So I want to say that's a questionable play, but rather unfortunate, as he makes an aggressive switch here into Flygon, probably expecting the Thunder Wave, which makes a lot of sense there. He definitely could have T-Waved there, just expecting the Tornadus to potentially U-turn. Taunt obviously would have not mattered, because Cleve key does have Prankster. Also, this is post DLC, for those of you who don't know. I'm pretty sure that's how this went. So yeah, he's going to switch right into the Jirachi here on the second play rough. This is a little bit annoying, just in case this Cleve key does have the Thunder Wave now, but I don't think that Hyper was really in a position of where he could have risked switching right back into Flygon there. So yeah, it makes sense that he just kind of left in Jirachi here, as he brings in the Flygon now. Question is, though, does he want to go for the Earthquake, as he's going to try and pull a double here, maybe trying to force out the Cleve key in hopes that Zapdos could potentially come in, or maybe even the Leafeon there. This Jirachi being paralyzed is a little bit bad, because we don't have Protect, even though we do have Wish. So the question is, what's he going to want to do here? Probably fire off a Wish, as unfortunately he gets fully paralyzed. This does not really have a good way to touch the Cleve key either way. So Cleve key going to start setting up spikes. Do we have removal? We do have removal on our Flygon, but I don't know how much that's necessarily going to matter too much, as he can bring in the Flygon now. Oh, bring in the Flygon. Yes. Okay, good. So good play there on Hyper's end, as now he can defog, he can Earthquake. Honestly, Earthquake is not really that bad of a play, I think. Yeah, Earthquake seems really good here, just to damage this Cleve key, because this thing being at full HP is a bit of a nuisance. The fact that it can just have Prankster, Thunder Wave is super, super annoying. I don't know if I would have defogged there. Like, spikes really aren't that problematic to the team. I don't know. Was that really the play? Because the thing about it now is that Cleve can just spike again. So, is it really that big of an issue? No, okay, so he switches into the Gengar. Please don't. Yes! Oh, my lord, Hyper! What is Hyper doing, bro? That was such a crazy, crazy play. Crazy play by Hyper there. Unfortunately, though, in comes Lop. Yeah, this is where this gets a little bad because we literally pick one. The thing about it too is that now in Generation 8, Scrappy is not affected by Intimidate. So it doesn't even matter that we have Gyarados here. Like, we literally have to sack something off to this. I don't know if it's really worth sacking off Jirachi though. Like, Jirachi can still come in handy. It pretty much walls the Clef Key at this point, gets free wishes into whatever we want. I don't think you lose Flygon here either because it can still deal with the Zapdos. It can also deal with the Leafeon to an extent because I highly doubt it's going to be able to do much to Flygon, especially it being bulky. Roserade still kind of comes in handy for the Slowking though, which is really nice. I don't know, like, what do you sack here? Gyarados maybe? Gyarados was Dragon Dance Toxic Dual Stab. So he could just sack off Gyarados. I don't think Gyarados would live 2 hits though. Although at max HP, Jirachi could probably still live a hit. Unfortunately though, with it being disabled, we can't go for Psychic again. And even then, Hyper is playing around with the chance that he might get fully paralyzed. So yeah, this is pretty much what does Hyper not necessarily need. I want to say Gyarados. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. Oh my god! It just died! It just died! Jesus! What? Bro, it just died! Wow, that's crazy. So, in comes Tornadus, which is good. Because at this point, it shouldn't be able to get KO'd by anything that Lop wants to go for, as he might fire off a Hurricane here. Goes for the knockoff, please don't. Pair. Oh, it's Scarfed? What? Wait, hold on, what? Oh, Scarfed? Oh, that's actually a little scary because... No! Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Wait, what? Bro! Scarf Roost! What? I did not expect that. Okay, that's actually really terrifying. Do you Psychic here? You could Psychic here. No, U-turn. That's fair. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. So, I think Wish there or Psychic might have been the play. But U-turn does keep momentum in Hyper's favor. So, if he had gone for the Wish here, he could have probably just passed it off to Infernape. Or honestly, just right into Tornadus. And I don't think that the Zapdos had pressure, did it? No, it's got static. Yeah, because it didn't say it was exuding pressure. Right? Or am I dumb? I tend to miss some obvious stuff here. So, yeah, I don't think it has pressure. Definitely has static. In comes Infernape, though. This more or less could just get a KO here. There's no way that a Chess, I think, risks Leafeon here. Well, I guess if you look at Hyper's team, like, what does Leafeon really do? I guess it outspeeds Jirachi. It can just roost up Flygon. I mean, I guess getting rid of the Toxic on Zap is nice, but it's not really that big of an issue. I mean, Slowking more or less is free unless he's worried about, like, banded U-turn potentially. Which the funny thing is that this was originally banded Infernape. But the issue with that is I didn't like the fact... Well, I mentioned the fact that locking into Mach Punch could have been really bad, potentially. Although, I guess now that Gengar is gone, banded here in this scenario wouldn't be that bad. Although, you can't really always assume that something's going to be gone immediately at the beginning of the match. So, he does Fire Blast. I mean, that's fine. I think Grass Knot there still had merit, but it's not that big of an issue. There's no way Grass Knot knocks us out, does it? Like, even though that did 24%, which is a hell of a lot of damage, good god. Is this like Fizz Def? I think if it was Assault Vest, it would have taken way less than that. Okay, so Teleport... Slack off potentially. Unfortunately, Lopunny's back in. Do we live? We live! Oh, bro, please. Let's go! Well-trained Jirachi! Let's go! It's too easy. No, let me stop. Let me not get too excited before things go downhill here. So let's go, man. Jirachi putting in work. As down goes Lopunny, down goes Gengar. I mean, to be fair, Slowking and Klefki are still a little bit annoying. This Zapdos too is also a bit of a nuisance. So, I guess, yeah, I mean, high jump kick is slightly stronger than close combat, to be fair. And it might have killed Jirachi, but hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, Lopunny's gone, Gengar's gone, bro. This Jirachi going in right now. Okay. Do you sack off Jirachi here? I think realistically you do. You could potentially wish on the Klefki or the Slowking, I suppose. But yeah, that might have been a little bit too situational, because anytime the Zapdos comes in for free, it's really annoying. So the question is, does he have defog on a Klefki or not? I don't think so. As in comes the Roserade, he could definitely go for a Giga Drain here. Shadow Ball makes sense. Spiking up is probably not the worst thing ever, just because getting damage off on Klefki and Slowking every time they come in is really nice. Although I guess it does have Regenerator, but you guys get what I mean. Like, just getting off the damage is going to be really handy. We unfortunately don't have Stealth Rocks, which is a little bit unfortunate, so Spikes would be our best way of even trying to get off any type of damage on something. Plus, with this thing already taking 24%, like, there's a good chance Grass Knot does at least like 40-ish%. Probably more, so that Spike might matter in the sense that we could 2-hit KO potentially. So let's see what Hyper wants to do here. If I was him, I think Giga Drain is just safe. Although, I guess you're not really gaining back any HP, so yeah, like Shadow Ball to catch Klefki, maybe. Spiking is still realistically a good play in my mind, because Chess could assume that Hyper, or not assume, sorry, I guess I should say. I guess I should say that Hyper might, no, Chess might expect Hyper to go for Sleep Powder. So yeah, if he had Sleep Powder here, that would have been nice. As in comes the Klefki. We already know that this thing is a giant nuisance. I don't think you want to risk what's it called, Torn here getting paralyzed. So if Hyper wants to, he could try to make a switch directly into Roserade. Unfortunately, with Jirachi being gone, then switching into Flygon's a little bit risky, honestly. How much would Hurricane do to Flygon? Dude, Roost on Zapdos. I did not expect that. That's super annoying, actually. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, play rough there from Chess was a good play, honestly. Because he's not going to want to let Flygon come in for free. And then just force out the Klefki and force back in the Zapdos, where Flygon could have potentially gone for a U-turn. So are they just going to start exchanging spikes here? Would that be... I think that would be worse for Chess, potentially. Yeah, because Slowking is not going to appreciate trying to switch in to take 2 hits from the Infernape, most likely. Yeah, this is a very annoying Klefki. Well, is it really worth getting up 3 layers? Because realistically, Hyper can just start going for Shadow Balls here, just to weaken this Klefki. Like, this thing needs to be dealt with immediately. I don't know. Actually, it might not be worth going for 3 layers of spikes. Unless Hyper feels confident in the fact that he can consistently force Klefki in and out, in and out, in and out. So, yeah, there's 2 ways he can go about this. He can just be aggressive here with Shadow Ball, just start trying to weaken this. I'm guessing that Chess at this point is probably thinking that Hyper doesn't have Sleep Powder. Because if Hyper had it at this point, he most likely would have gone for the Sleep Powder. And then that would have nullified Klefki a little bit. Or I guess like Leech Seed as well might have had the same effect, I guess. So yeah, the best move that this Roserade has to hit this Klefki with is Shadow Ball, which it is modest max special attack. So it should still be doing, I want to say at least like 20-ish% maybe. Maybe I'm just being a little bit generous with that. I don't know, we really haven't got much information on this Klefki whatsoever. So it's kind of hard to tell what its investment really is. So this is where I guess Jirachi might have been nice, but it's only if it would have actually been able to get the wish off, which it probably wouldn't have because it was paralyzed, and then we don't have Protect as our final move. I think the final move was Toxic, yeah, just to catch Zapdos potentially. So Hyper, I think, just has to be aggressive here. If I was him, I think I would just Shadow Ball, because this Klefki is really annoying. So long as Zapdos is around, Flygon's not going to be able to comfortably just go for Earthquakes. Because anytime Zapdos comes in, it's a little bit annoying. So he's gonna have to play around with like Roost, U-turning potentially. But the weaker this Clef Key gets, the better it is for Hyper, I think, ultimately in the battle here. So I guess we're just gonna see what he wants to do. Alright, so Hyper switches into Tornadus? What? Why? What? I don't really know what he was expecting there. Okay, so he knocks the leftovers off. That's fine, I suppose. Leafeon really can't touch Tornadus. I don't know. I mean, okay. I guess he just really wanted lefties gone. It's the only thing I can think of. He's down to 8 play roughs, which is good for us, I suppose. Did he really use play rough that much? Jesus. I think he missed 2, unfortunately, but yeah, it is what it is. So, if Rose can get up a spike again, that's really good. The question is, does Hyper want to go for U-turn here, or does he want to go for the potential Hurricane? No, you don't Hurricane here, right? I really don't think you Hurricane here. He could try to go for Toxic, maybe? But Zapdos is more or less of a safe switch in here. He could just U-turn out. Most likely. Yeah, U-turn here would make sense. Yep, okay, that's fine. He could have gone for another knockoff there, actually. Well, that could have been a little bit risky, I suppose. So now he gets a free Giga Drain. I guess, yeah, getting rid of lefties on Clef Key is really good, as that does a huge chunk of damage to the Slowking. As he misses the Hurricane! No! Oh my god! Wow! I mean, we were Cobra Berry. So, I don't know. I mean, that was really risky. Yeah, I even show. Yeah, like, we're Cobra Berry. It's right here. It's right here. So, I don't know. They might think we're lying, but no, we're not lying. We are Cobra Berry. So, yeah, I mean, we lived the hit either way, but that damage would have been really good, I suppose. Although, we knock out Leafeon, there's no chance that this is max speed with Rocky Helmet. The only way that the hit might have actually mattered is if Clef Key just came in to play rough us, because we don't really knock out Clef Key in one hit anyway, so yeah. Huh? Okay, so down goes Slowking. Yeah, somebody thought we were... Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're being that serious. So, let him knock you off. Oh, wow, 34%? Yeah, that does way more than I expected. I thought it would only do like 20. So, yeah, we were able to get a 3-0 lead for week number 3 here of the... APA Clash of Kings, it looks like, right? Why would you sack this? What are you doing? Why would he switch? What are you doing? Just win the game! Oh, okay. I forgot about backing away for a sec. Okay. Alright. So he thought that Clef Key with Thunder Wave there. That's fine. So we pull out a 3-0 lead for week number 3. Again, I don't know if this will be going up right after Moxie's game or if I'll be uploading it on Sunday. But yeah, it'll be up if they don't believe we had Cobra Berry. It's right there. You can see it. I had it at the beginning of the video. It is what it is. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you all later, I suppose. So, later, everybody.
My brain and heart are both tied in the knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.